And they just listen in to
And
that.
the iconic cry of "C" at the end, which is not technically part of the lyrics, but there you go, the big cry of "yes" at the end. So Blur, Blur, whichever you want to call him. Funnily enough, the English band Blur, I once called them Blur when speaking Italian, and I got mercilessly mocked by my friends in Brindisi. So I always called them Blur after that. I'm going to call him Blur. You can call him Blur.
Well, you go with
Tomato,
Blur.
tomato.
I'll go with Blur. Always makes me think of the rivalry between Blur and Oasis in the 1990s. For the 90s kids out there who grew up in Britain, and on Twitch, people are backing me, Patrick. I said Italy, and they're behind me. What are you going for Spain?
I'm not necessarily saying that Spain are going to win. I think in order to balance things out, because you and I are both very attached to Italy. You've got some Italian blood as well. Lest we forget, we live here, we have done for many years. But it's important that we stay neutral in our role here. The secret card is currently being picked. Big moment for this. We'll find out the nature of that card later on.
Nice bit of sports.
Shout out to Spotify
as
well. I'd like to see that too. But this is a huge game. And it would have been a massive game ordinarily, even if they both won their matches, or if one team, you know, well, they wouldn't have met actually if one team had won and the other team had lost. The fact that they have both lost means that, lest we forget, if someone comes out on the losing side, and one team will, they're going home. For Italy, it's a short trip. For Spain, less so.
These teams very much are on the brink, Patrick. They are on the brink. This is really win or bust in every sense of the word. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Get ready.
The lights are on. We wait for the ball to descend from 5 meters high. It will now drop to the pitch. Lovely first touch. And Italy, the first team in possession, albeit taking the very long route round on that occasion. Alessandro Gelsi. And then Spain coming forward. That's a foul by the Spanish player, Thomas. You know what this means?
It means, Patrick, that it is a shootout. Any foul committed inside the first minute, and it's careless, it's disappointing for Spain, but it's a massive boost for the Azzurri.
It's a big chance now for Chelsea. We've already seen what he can do in terms of that pace. Now, has he got the wherewithal to go up the other end of the pitch and convert past the Spanish goalkeeper? Big pressure on Chelsea, but the crowd is already very up for this. They're about to get very raucous if he can convert.
Here we go, Patrick.
Chelsea saved by the goalkeeper. Terrific work from Victor Vidal.
Terrific work indeed. And it's a let-off for Spain. It's a let-off for Guti, the number 16, who gave away that foul, much to his disappointment. Now, can he perhaps atone, as we hear a few boos ringing around here?
We can indeed. Now, has Chelsea committed a foul? He has. And now the shoe is on the other foot. We've just seen a shootout for Italy. Now Spain will have the opportunity. The Italian players calling for a VAR, saying that the Spaniard
after he chose, but he's touched. I know that. Comprendo que se después hacia tiro.
They should go to VAR. They want it to be checked,
but
they're unhappy.
Guti's going to have a shootout opportunity here.
Yeah, the initial decision stands, and he does, in some respect, atone for his initial, but now can he really make amends, Patrick, by getting the opening goal?
And Guti plays for Porcinos, who we know are the gold standard in the Kings League, so he's been there and done it, but he's up against a former professional goalkeeper in the shape of Emiliano Viviano. It is Guti to finish, slotted home, and the host nation trail. Italy on the receiving end. Spain kept out the shootout. Italy have succumbed from theirs. Guti on the board, and so too has Spain.
Cool as you like, showing that experience there. You mentioned his time and his experience with Porcinos, winning it in Monterrey last year, 2020, which is, say last year, as if it was a long time ago, it was only a few days ago, 2024. And Italy trail, Viviano beaten.
That was the World Cup at club level, wasn't it?
Correct,
this is the inaugural edition of the World Cup in terms of nations, but the Italians are bouncing. I presume they're saying if you're not bouncing, you're a Spaniard. There are no club colours here, but
non salta spagnolo
there you go. Thomas Lawrence with that wonderful Italian proficiency. Viviano's going to strike it, surely. No, he thought better of it. Can Italy work the overload here? They've got Chelsea on the near side because Viviano has come out of goal. They need to shoot, really. Chelsea
Offside, I think. I think he may have strayed into an offside position, but now the
I'm
keeper's...
not sure, because that hand up to me reminds me a bit. I was coming back to handball earlier. There is a thing in handball where there's passive play, where you actually have to make a conscious effort to score a goal. And I wonder whether that's something similar, because the official had his hand up and then seemed to run out of time, Italy, because they were just shifting it one way and then the other. We shall see.
We shall
That's
see.
one to keep an eye on.
Now it's the Spanish keeper for Guti, Patrick.
And here's Victor Vidal. It's off target, and Tommy catch that ball.
It
Almost.
came spiralling towards you, Patrick. I was worried, I was concerned. There's a lot of expensive technical equipment here. Talking now of technical abilities, technical skills. Can Italy come forward? They've got the crowd behind them. It is buzzing inside here. Spain against Italy. This is massive, Patrick, at all levels.
It is massive, and I tell you what's interesting. I was looking at the Spain team sheet before this game, because we've become accustomed to seeing former pros in the Kings League. Bonucci, Viviano is going to take the shot here. He got underneath it, though, was leaning back, and indeed we've seen Chicho Caputo too. So when I saw the Spain team sheet with Guti, I immediately thought the former Real Madrid man. When I saw Victor V, I thought that was maybe Victor Valdés, who played second fiddle to Iker Casillas in the national team, albeit he was a Champions League winner in his own right with FC Barcelona. Shout out to our colleague Alex Porras, who I know is a big fan of the Blaugrana. Lovely ball in, and he would have had a tap in had he latched onto it, but it was just a shade over hit for Marc Pelas.
That was a teasing ball, Patrick. Flashed across the face of the box. A heart-in-mouth moment for Italy. There could be another one here.
Don't worry, don't worry. No, you should have worried. You should have worried, because Guti has scored. Emiliano Viviano with egg on his face, and Guti, having scored the shootout, now celebrates with the presidential team and the streamers, because Spain have a two-goal cushion, and both goals have come courtesy of Guti.
Mixed up the back from Italy. Spain capitalising. Spain, who had a real slow start, but they have come roaring back into this match. Viviano, a player, a keeper of his experience, capped at national team level by Italy, has egg very much Uovo on his face.
He does indeed, and that's really going to hurt him, because the problem is, when you're an ex-pro coming into this level, there are such high expectations on you. I do wonder whether it's a case of, I'm not saying the former pros don't take it seriously, but deep down, are they thinking, oh, we're better than these? And did Viviano just switch off a touch, something he very rarely did throughout the course of his long playing career? But that was not a mistake we're expecting from him, because amongst goalkeepers, even of his generation, he was very good with his feet. But Spain are going to pursue a third. Guti is away to the left. He wanted the ball for the hat-trick. Instead, it was his teammate Marc Pelas again, looking to make it 3-0, and we've barely played 4.5 minutes here.
Yeah, well, we said in that first match, those first 5 minutes can be frantic, and very nearly another frantic moment, Patrick.
And this round, I'm going to have to put you in goal for Italy, Thomas. I don't know if you necessarily qualify, but Viviano taking some real chances.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And he's supposed to add value to this team. He's supposed to be an asset, but so far, dare I say it, he's on the verge of being a liability. Chelsea is here, got away from the slide challenge, wasn't fouled, but Spain on top, and perhaps we're seeing the tradition of the Kings League. It's a bit like all the best paddle players in the world. Si and I play a lot of paddle together. Pretty good duo, I have to say. And the best paddle players come from Spain, Argentina, South America. And much like this, the Kings League. Where was it created? The brainchild of Gerard Piqué in Spain. And we're seeing that here. Italy, just too new to the level. Doesn't mean they can't go on and win this game, but they're very much under the cosh, and that's why Bonucci is on the pitch to try and bestow some leadership. Here's Guti for Pelas. Here he is now on this near side. Spain looking for a third. The angle's against Pelas. Can he stand up across? They start again, Thomas.
Yeah, Italy just need to settle, Patrick. They need to look to likes of Bonucci. Also Trombetta as well, a cult figure when it comes to Kings League after his impressive performance with the Stallions at the World Cup last year. I love it. Trombetta, Trombetta, trumpet, I assume that's the translation, the direct translation. Michele Trombetta, although he did miss a penalty in the round of 16.
Mickey Trumpet.
Mickey Trumpet, I like
it's high,
it sounds a lot.
Mickey Trumpet.
Sounds far more elegant than Michele Trombetta, doesn't it, than Michael Trumpet, with all due respect for our English language.
Yeah, true.
But they're
we'll see.
To him now.
If they lose, then he's Mickey Trumpet. If they score and they win with him amongst the goals, then maybe he becomes a Michele Trumpet, as you said. So yeah, for sure.
Big target man for Italy.
Huge. Italy are the big target. They have a big target on their back as the host nation. because everyone wants to beat them. Yes, they may not have the best pedigree at Kings League, we're seeing that in fact, but Chelsea's won it back. Italy wants some momentum. They could get it here with Trombetta turning into trouble. Spain doubling up, and a big roar of approval there from Aitor Vives.
Trombetta experience at Serie D level, which is the 4th tier of Italian football, experience in Serie C as well. So he's also played professional football, but this is where he's really put his name on the map, thanks to the Kings League, Patrick.
Absolutely, and we have a colleague and a friend of ours, Manuel Pascali, who played in the 2nd and 3rd tiers of Italian football. I'd like to see him out there for Italy. In fact, I'm going to be on his case about why he didn't try out.
Well, there were trials for the Italian national
he missed the
team.
boat, didn't he?
There were Provini, as they're known in Italians. There was also talk about Balotelli playing for Italy, which would have been some story. Super Mario, certainly good when it comes to penalties. You cannot deny that.
Balotelli currently playing in Serie A with Genoa, albeit there's talk of him leaving the club, and maybe Genoa couldn't get the insurance to release him. Here goes Bonucci, used to spraying passes around. Instead, it's short this time. Italy need to come up with something because they've been short on ideas so far.
Okay, so Spain then too. Get us back underway as Italy have made another change. It looks like Ciccio Caputo, Patrick. I haven't got as good eyesight as you. In fact, I'm struggling with my contact lenses today.
It is Cheech wearing 10, and what I love about this player is not only was he a prolific goal scorer at top-level football in Serie A, also in the 2nd tier in Serie B, but he has an iconic celebration, which I hope we'll be able to witness. He is a keen amateur brewer, Ciccio Caputo. He makes his own beer, which is why, if and when he celebrates, he sticks out his pinky, his little finger, he sticks out his thumb, closes down all his other fingers, and then points basically upwards, as if to say, let's have a cheeky pint. And
have a cheeky drink.
Maybe Italy will be able to have one if and when Caputo can score. Chelsea
on
leading
that
the
far
charge.
side.
Chelsea was caught. Italy want a yellow card at least, as well as a free kick. It's not even a foul. And Spain have the chance to work the overload here. Well, there's going to be a riot here unless something changes with the officials.
Have a mutiny on his hands here, Patrick. And the crowd are not happy. Euphemistically, let's just say they're criticising the referee there, the Italian supporters. They're disappointed with that decision, just allowing it to play on. And had Spain scored, then, well, there would have been chaos here. But they didn't score, and it remains 2-0.
It does. And Bonucci playing very deep. I'd like to see him stepping forward a little bit. You know, you mentioned Lothar Matthäus earlier on. We've spoken about those sweeper roles, a player really dictating the tempo and pinging passes from a deeper role. Bonucci's capable of doing that, but it's Viviano for Chelsea. It was towards Caputo. That's high from Trombetta. Advantage played because Spain have the ball, albeit Aitor Vives has taken a heavy fall there. But Spain in the ascendancy, they've given it away here! And it's off the line as Caputo thought he had half the deficit.
Glorious from De La Mata there. Glorious play from him. That really, it's worth a goal. It's worth a goal, and no wonder he's celebrating as if he'd scored a goal.
Oh, it's just really good defending there because he had the presence of mind there, Diego De La Mata, to get back on the goal line to clear it away because Caputo showed his instincts there. Half a chance, sniffed it out. It was goal bound. It would have been 2-1. Instead, we're still talking about a 2-goal cushion for Spain. And it's very hard to disagree with this scoreline as well because Viviano has not covered himself in glory so far.
No, so far, not so good from him. We can see in the foreground there, the backman Mauro Michele, the Italy head coach, barking orders, who is actually the Italian 80-side national team coach. Experience at this kind of level when it comes to 7v7, 8v8 of Spain, looking for the third, and they're looking good for it here.
Nicely done by Bonucci.
Thankfully for Italy, Bonucci was there.
Experienced player,
yeah.
Well, let's not go overboard, but yeah, cushioning it back to Viviano.
Now, having soaked up a bit of that pressure, can Italy now spring forward? Look to the likes of Trombetta, Caputo, Bonucci and Viviano. This could be trouble!
Chelsea! What was he thinking there? That could have been a real mess. It was very nearly an own goal. I don't know if you've seen any over the course of the first couple of days, Thomas, here in the Kings League. We nearly had an autogol.
It was very nearly an embarrassing moment, and after Viviano's disappointing start, very nearly a disappointing moment there. Spain get us going into Espinosa, nicely curled in. unfortunately for Italy, out on that far side.
That was the easiest player ID you've ever done. You literally had him beneath you there. You could see the name Espinosa on his jersey. Don't need your contacts for that, Tolo.
No,
anyway,
thankfully.
Chelsea's gone off.
He was right in front of me.
He was, and that means the opportunity to once again see the big number 9, Nicky Tromp. There he is.
Talking of trumpets and music, at half-time, Patrick will reveal the artist who will be performing in Turin. It's a secret, though, so just wait for the final.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely can't wait. Simon Harding, myself, we're going to be at the Allianz Stadium.
I'll be there watching from my computer screen.
There you go. We've been there many times in the past, albeit for Juventus games. You know, I've been there for an Italy game, but to see the Kings League at Allianz Stadium is going to be something altogether unique in terms of an experience. That's a lovely ball over the top, across the face of goal. Bonucci very calmly, and then Bonucci didn't want it back there.
In a mix-up, they're all over the shop. They're all at sea.
Andrea Tarasco.
The team in blue are all at sea.
See who you did there.
Thank you very much.
Is that why the Italian national team play in blue, Thomas? Because of the sea?
It's not actually.
It's one of the rumours, isn't it?
It's one of the rumours.
What's the official reason?
It's actually it's the royal blue when Italy did have a monarchy.
The House of Savoy. The House of Savoy?
That's the right.
Oh,
that's right. You've done your study. We were saying, Simon and I saying, with history buffs, we're proving you're also equally adept when it comes to the history stats.
Lovely work here again from Spain. Might be tempted here. He is tempted, and the deflection could have easily outfoxed Viviano, but instead the shot from Diego Della Mata, who we saw clear off the line earlier, was repelled by the Italy keeper.
Now, really impressive stuff from him, end to end, both ends of the pitch.
Bonucci, Vaciccio, Caputo, almost. The two former pros linking up. Both Italy men as well. I think Caputo got a cap or two, didn't he?
Yes, absolutely. Under Roberto Mancini, as he looked to sort of rebuild in that difficult spell for Italy post Ventura, when he experimented with a lot of different players, capping a lot of players down through the years, Roberto Mancini.
And Caputo's career really fermented, didn't it? It took a long time to brew and really for him to hit those heights, but he did ultimately do so. And it's amazing to see how far we've come, because I still remember Caputo. Italy winning it back here for Caputo. Can they make the most of it? Caputo across the face of goal, but not into the path of a blue-shirted player, and now Spain going the other way. Just saying, I remember Caputo with that sign that he had in 2020. State tranquilli, state a casa, you know, remain calm, stay out. That was the pandemic. And look where we are now, in a full arena. Here we are, Caputo playing Kings League. It wasn't even invented back then. No, here we are. Look at the growth of this sport already. It's monumental.
And it just shows we all go through those tough spells, but keep believing, keep being confident. As he said that night, Caputo, just stay calm. We'll all be okay. And then here we are. Look at this. Sold-out venue. Spain against Italy. Caputo and Bonucci, and also some big names in Spain, and the Spanish team who play in the Kings League in Spain. And they're showing why they play there and why it's been a revelation in Spain. They are on top of this.
And a couple of players from Porcino, so I know that it's your favourite team in particular in the Kings League.
Yeah, I've been really impressed. Really, I love their jersey as well. I love that.
Have you managed to get hold of one yet?
You can buy the jerseys. You can buy the jerseys. I've actually got myself a Stallions one, being obviously more Italy, and the wild cards who featured.
You calling yourself an Italian
I wish I was an Italian stallion. Maybe a young buck. How's that? Young buck?
I will take that. Bonucci. Lovely ball, direct up to the big man. You know who? Michele Trombetta.
Had some good anecdotes, some good stories. He was part of that team, sends with Totti and Nainggolan. Just think of that.
Oh, yeah.
Just think of that dressing room.
Have you been able to mingle with any Italian players? Have you been rubbing shoulders with some of those Italy players out there, trying to glean some facts and figures? I know you like to do your research.
Oh, I've got some funny and curious anecdotes.
Oh, let's hear them.
Trombetta, on one of the first days, actually had to lend a pair of pants to Francesco Totti.
And when you say pants, do you mean Y-fronts?
We mean Y-fronts.
Yeah, not the American pants.
Not
I know we've got a lot of viewers
the
other side of the pond. Can you say the other side of the pond when you're in Italy? One to ponder. Anyway,
I like it. I like it. His ear will reek.
Beguer scooping it through. Bonucci has to knock it into touch. Looks fit though, doesn't he, Leo Bonucci?
Well, up until he's still playing in Turkey up until last season, if I'm not mistaken. A spell in Germany as well.
Exit from Juventus. It'll be interesting to see if Italy do make
it
back to Allianz Stadium. He'd love to go back as a player for Italy.
Yeah.
Prove a point, perhaps.
And one day he wants to coach Juventus.
Lovely ball through. Is that a foul? They want a penalty, Spain. And Guti nearly won a spot kick. He would have had the chance, presumably, to bring up his own hat-trick. and perhaps repeat the exploit of Suad yesterday, who got 4 goals, albeit accounted for 5.
Yep.
Suad of Turkey.
Against Patrick, can you believe we're approaching the 18-minute mark? It's just flown by.
It's breathless. It's absolutely breathless, and I am curious, when are Italy going to play that Presi penalty card? Because rigorino, that would be nice, wouldn't it? You know, a soft penalty.
Right now, yeah.
A soft penalty, you know, basically we'll decide when we want a penalty. That's the meaning of rigorino. How about this football? He can square it again if he chooses to. And in the end, it required another good bit of goalkeeping from Viviano. But Spain have committed numbers forward. Trombetta leading the drive. He trod on the ball and forgot it.
Well, seeing the time, it looks like they're going to play that penalty in the second half of Spain. Try and get the third before the break.
Never be beaten down at your near post. That is a maxim by which Viviano lives.
And they'll keep up the pressure here, Patrick.
Officiating as well. I have to say, you know, with our technical sponsor Adidas, with the colour pink and black, it's very reminiscent of MLS franchise Inter Miami.
I thought you were going to say Palermo.
No, that would be more closer to home, but yeah, Inter Miami, and I wouldn't be surprised because of the links between Piqué and some of his former Barcelona teammates. You've got Jordi Alba, Leo Messi, Luis Suarez all playing over there, and Sergio Busquets as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see some of those maybe roped into the Kings League if and when they tire of the MLS.
Well, Patrick has some huge names, like Ronaldinho have graced the Kings League.
Ronaldinho Gaúcho.
I love that. As we go into the final seconds here. Oh, someone has called that president penalty. Is it done in time, though?
You tell me, you're the expert.
Well, it was too close to call.
Was it a buzzer beater to play the...
Was it before the gong? That's the question, Patrick. I personally
That's what
don't
Bonucci
feel
is
it
debating
was.
now
I
with the
don't feel
referee.
it was.
A wag of the finger there from the Spanish side.
Did it come just in the nick of time?
Spain are pretty happy though for the looks of things. It's time for the dice, isn't it?
Or is it going to be the penalty?
Well, the ball's being spotted there in the middle of the pitch.
Which makes me think that it is actually wasn't coming the nick of time. We're going to have it at the start of the second period. We're going to have the red ball roll of the dice, although the referee is just checking. So that's why we're waiting here.
Dice in Italian, dado. And we are going to see the Presi penalty is coming up first.
So they have it. Wasn't the nick of time. It was
rigore dato, not to be confused with dado.
Dice, I like
yeah?
that. Nice play on words for any linguists. You're learning some basic Italian here with the maestro, the insegnante, Patrick Kendrick. So Viviano thought he was going to have a chance to grab a red ball in a bit of a break, but he's now finding himself in between the sticks, and we have a presidential penalty for España, and it's with Eric Ruiz.
Eric Ruiz it is.
For La Roja. So it was done in the nick of time. Lovely stuff. Clever move, I have to say, just to go into that half-time with a 3-goal cushion. Should they score it, though?
Viviano, look at the way he covers the goal. His head is barely, it's almost grazing the crossbar. It is Ruiz to try and make it 3-0 to Spain. Slotted home. Viviano goes the wrong way. And Spain with a mini pitch invasion because they know they have taken another step towards knocking out the host nation.
What a penalty. Couldn't have struck it any better as he now comes across here and takes his place alongside the Spanish streamers. He's done his job, and his countrymen are doing their job right now. A 3-goal cushion as we now have the red ball roll of the dice, Patrick.
We do indeed. We're just going to wait for our cameraman to get into position. We've got the dice just away to our right.
It's from Marquito Navalla, the Argentina president.
Oh, look at that. Plenty of revolutions there.
I love this one,
What's
Patrick.
the deal, Thomas?
It is 2 versus 2.
With or without keepers?
With keepers, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So Viviano will look to try and make amends.
Italy do have another goalkeeper, by the way, Justin Dipolito, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, correct, yeah. I was saying Dipolito yesterday, and I was quickly corrected by my wife. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Wasn't happy.
Don't risk the wrath of Mrs. L.
No, certainly not. So we begin the countdown. Who's beginning for Italy? Is it Chelsea?
Chelsea, oh yeah.
Very nearly scored that own goal.
Gelsomino, I like to call him.
Yeah.
Which is Italian for Jasmine.
Nice.
Well, it's deja vu. We saw Chelsea right at the top of the programme, didn't we?
He's their pacey man.
So it's not 2v2 with keepers, it's 1v1.
Yeah, so I
with
meant,
the keeper,
I apologise, I didn't
It's
explain myself.
2v2,
2v2 as in, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I didn't explain myself
Full-blooded
enough.
challenge there. No surprise to see it's Guti who's been fouled again, and Chelsea is a repeat offender. A tug of the shirt, and you know what that means again, Thomas. Even I'm getting to grips with it now.
Yeah.
It is going to be a shootout.
We are nice.
And Guti is going to swap out, is he?
Yeah, they're going to bring on another player who they feel is in a better position.
And it is
No, it's them.
Gilles Vidal.
Yeah, they feel he is the better
Also,
option
no
to come
shootout on
on
this occasion.
on that occasion.
I've got my rules wrong. Pelas is on. In fact, Pelas and Gilles Vidal. Good work, though. That's good from Chelsea. Never easy, 2v1. Oh, so that's clearly...
They've taken
They
off their
swapped it
keeper.
for a possible infringement, because now they've got 2v1.
Yeah,
so that's presumably
exactly.
what it is,
By
as
taking-
opposed to the shootout. Oh, because they've removed the goalkeeper.
Remove the keeper.
But Chelsea prods it goalwards.
Hasn't got enough pace or
No,
power,
it doesn't.
sadly.
It's not even on target either. Nice idea.
I know it's a
Risky
too early
business,
to look,
this. Because Viviano could easily ping one into an empty net if he were to hold in
yeah,
a potential
it's
shot.
a strategy they're going
Yeah.
for, the Spaniards.
Pelas, saved by Viviano. It's going to be a corner.
It's an interesting strategy, though. It's an interesting one, and it's again how you decide to play these 2 minutes and these situations.
Very
Patrick.
bold, aren't
Yeah.
they, Spain?
I know it's still early days, but if Spain were to bring home this one, they'd face Colombia or Turkey, the loser from that match from Colombia and Turkey.
Spain, Colombia would be good. He can square it here. It's going to be 4-0. It's that easy. It is that easy for Spain, and they are running away with it here. Nicely worked for Gilles Vidal.
I beg your pardon,
cushion.
four-goal cushion, I beg your pardon.
You forgot the penalty.
Well, again, I
press.
was just thinking too far ahead.
Mesmerised.
Mesmerised. I was just thinking too far ahead. I apologise.
And now Italy are following
so
suit,
much.
and you start to think
Yeah.
Italy, having trailed 3-0, would they have not have been better off? But the problem was they didn't have possession to begin with. That's why that foul from Chelsea was so costly, because it ceded the ball to Spain, and they were able to make the 2v1, as Italy will try and do now. Spain keep it out by virtue of the post, just when Italy thought they were on the board, but Caputo beaten to the ball. It's not Caputo, in fact, it's a lookalike, but Guti gets his hat-trick, Spain's 5th goal, and Italy, dare I say it, Thomas, are being humiliated here in Milan.
Spain are running away with it. It's all happened here in these closing stages of the first half. It all happened at the very beginning of the first half. And I know we tend to say it's never over until it's over, but it feels like it is over.
This is when you need to really play your cards properly. They need to score here first and foremost, and they might just do that. They will surely do it. Italy finally on the board, something to cheer about, because it's put away by Domenico Rossi, and Italy march the ball back to the centre circle. And it is now 5-1. It's a long way back, but at least Italy have responded. But there's an empty net, and he's missed it. What a chance that was. I don't think it would have necessarily counted. The referee's pointing to the centre spot there.
Time is up.
The home crowd aren't happy, but that could have been a real further dagger blow to Italy's hopes had it gone in. Instead, they've at least gone away with the final goal of the first half. But they trail 5-1. It's a long way back for the Azzurri.
Wow, blink and you'll miss it as we now listen in to the half-time team talks. Big one for Italy.
Okay? Let's give a good example for the league. A good example for the league, okay?
Ascolta. Allora, adesso riprendiamo. Loro hanno un buon vantaggio. Come hanno abbozzato negli ultimi minuti, facile che si abbassano, ok? Noi ricominciamo con... Allora, questo è Leo, questo è sempre Tarasco. Di qua ricomincia Gelsi, qua incomincia Sergio, ok? Davanti stiamo sempre con Caputo e Trombetta. L'importante è che uno di due mi fa un play finto, mi viene corto, ok?
Now the countdown for the artist reveal, who will be performing in Turin at the Allianz Center on the 12th of January for the final. It is... It is Mahmoud.
Mahmoud indeed. The Mahmoud here is pretty somber because Italy trailed by 5-1, albeit they did score there with Domenico Rossi late on, as we wait again for the ball drop for it to descend. And we are ready for the second half, but fair to say, Thomas, that the first 20 minutes belong to Spain. They're in complete control. Guti in particular, very potent in front of goal. Viviano not offering a great deal in terms of what he's supposed to do for Italy, which is keep them out. But the ball has, the crate has descended, the ball has been deposited. Our McDonald's crate will now be wheeled up into the sky 5 meters above our heads. And how good does Wismara look, by the way?
Oh, this...
resplendent.
This is a historic place. We were talking about it yesterday with Simon. Just think of the players, the talents
Hashim Mastur
that have come through here. Hashim Mastur, just one of several that have arisen through the Rossoneri youth ranks. Certainly a very talented player, technical player. As the countdown continues to the drop of the ball, it's of course looking to their big man, Patrick Michele Trombetta. 1-0, go!
It's very similar. I know it's been compared to water polo. It's very similar to the way they grapple with one another beneath the surface when it comes to water polo, with that corkscrew kick as well, which I don't know if you've ever tried it as a way of treading water. It's almost impossible. But something's happened off the ball here. You and I have been distracted ball watching. And is there going to be a card? There is. It's a yellow card. And it's come in the direction of the Italy number 7, which is Sergio Cruz. So that means Italy are going to be down to 6 players.
For 2 minutes,
has been sin-binned, and it goes from bad to worse. Oltre il danno, pure la beffa.
Absolutely. Not, you know, it's a double whammy for Italy there. I missed it, but it came off the ball. Something about Mahmoud, who's going to be playing for the fans at the Allianz Stadium on the 12th of January. Very popular.
Tune that as well.
Very popular artist in Italy, really impressed at Sanremo. One of his songs, Brividi, and could there be brividi, goosebumps and chills here for Italy. You have to brace themselves.
Oh, see what he did there? Aitor Vives. They're looking good, Spain. They really are, and they will back themselves to win this game even more handsomely than the current scoreline suggests. There'll be no change in tack from them, because the way they've been playing has been absolutely spot on so far. And they made the most of that penalty from the president too. Looking forward to the secret cards later as well, Thomas, when those are eventually revealed. But here's a chance, there's another goal, and it's just that easy for Spain. It is put away by Nico Santos.
Patrick, it's got to be game over now. Italy immediately looking to their president penalty to give them a little bit of hope to get back in the game. But Spain have been outstanding. They've been superlative.
A tale of 2 number 7s there. We saw the Italy number 7, Sergio Cruz, going off with that 2-minute suspension. And now the Spain equivalent has scored. Nico Santos makes it Spain 6, Italy 1. And dare I say it, I'm getting horrible, traumatic memories of the final of Euro 2012. Spain 4, Italy 0. When Italy will try and cling to the fact that they had less recovery time. That was Leo Bonucci putting his boot through it. And that would have been special. That would have been a golazo to top what we saw earlier on.
I would have been stunning. Italy needs something like that right now. I was hoping we're going to see a repeat of Euro 2016 when Italy got the better of Spain in the round of 16 stage, narrowly getting through and seeing a bit of a catenaccio performance and decisive. It's not to be. Now, though, will it be from the penalty spot from Blur?
You call him Blur, I call him Blur. It has been a blur so far for Italy. They're not very lucid at the moment. They need to keep their eyes on the prize. 2020 vision now, as you said, Thomas. Hindsight is easy after the fact, but now they need a bit of foresight. They need to score first and foremost here. Blur needs to keep his composure, and if and when he can make it 6-2, then potentially they have a route back in the goal. You sense if he misses here, then we can say that is that.
And here he goes, huge, huge moment. Can he give Italy a lifeline here? He can!
Talk about Balotelli earlier on. He really channeled Super Mario there. Lovely side foot slot into the corner. Let's watch that again from Blur.
Patrick, he is 2 from 2, or 2 da 2. as the Italians would say when it comes to penalties in this competition. Due su due, I beg your pardon. I was trying to imitate a colleague of mine.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. That's
But,
what will allow you to make a mistake, maybe.
Thank you very much. But it's 2 from 2 for him, and now with the secret card, who knows, anything could happen.
It could, but Spain again on the offensive.
Don't forget Spain have got their secret card as well.
Aitor Vives from distance, snatching at the shot. Thomas, tell me, I've seen that there's a card that allows goal to be worth twice as much.
Yep.
Is there an X3 card for goals?
No, sadly,
That's what Italy need now.
But the rules have been voted in the past by the fans, by supporters, so you never know in the future. There may be some kind of introduction in the future because they're always looking to freshen things up.
Get in touch via Twitch. Tell us whether or not you're in favour of the X3 card. I certainly am, but then again, I'm slightly biased. I said I was cheering on Spain, but clearly I've contradicted myself because I'd love to see Italy make a fight of this.
Yeah, as the home side as well, you'd love to see the host do well, but full marks to Spain. They are deserving this. They're running away with this. They have been so impressive. And now a shout out also to our sponsors. A final that will be played at the Allianz Stadium in Turin as a card is flashed. And this is thanks to the support of the Regione Piemonte, the Comune di Torino, Città Metropolitana di Torino, and the Fondazione per la Cultura Torino and Irene.
Absolutely. Good to see those sponsors there. Now, Italy have a chance. It's 7v6 for the moment with that Spanish sin bin. And the shot goes through at the near post. And all of a sudden, Italy have momentum. 7v6, but the deficit is down to 3. And it is that man who gets the praise. I believe it's Domenico Rossi with the all-important finish.
Talk about all-important finish. What a finish, capitalising with their numerical advantage. And Italy now looking to their secret card, Patrick.
Oh, here we go. Italy know that suddenly Spain are under the cosh. The secret card's on the way.
And Patrick, we've got the Spanish supporters, Spanish commentators to our right. Spain now looking for their secret card. It's all happening.
Oh, it's all happening. It is all happening. And Domenico Rossi reminds me of a love child between Domenico Berardi and Paolo Rossi. And here's Guti round the keeper. That's going to be red, surely. No, there were 2 players back on the line, which is why the referee is going to pull out a yellow card. He's immediately preempting the decision to the Spanish players. They were saying it's dog side, denying a goal-scoring opportunity.
The VAR will check.
They wanted a straight red, but
it's 2 players,
he says, as you can hear,
VAR will
2
check.
players back on the line.
Goalkeeper,
VAR don't check.
Viviano.
Viviano, 2 minutes in the bin.
Viviano, you have to go.
I understand their frustration because it was a rugby challenge. That doesn't have any place out on the football
You
pitch.
used to do that in the scrum half days, I know you did. That terrier.
Yeah, but not out on a football pitch. If you get it, as you said, he's not covering himself in glory. I expected better from him. Very slightly expected better from the Moroccan players yesterday.
please.
Now for Italy.
Okay?
Dare I say, it looked like he had a very Merry Christmas.
Let's go. There too. Yeah, I think.
Well,
But he's
still,
checking, okay?
perhaps carrying a bit of a Christmas
okay?
hangover. I
Yes.
don't know, Patrick, but it's not been the
Yes.
Viviano we've known and seen over the past 10, 15 years.
Sorry.
And it does mean that Italy are forced to change their goalkeeper. Who knows whether we'll see Viviano again, because if Justin D'Ippolito were to impress now...
Check complete. Good, thank you.
Check complete. VAR.
Okay,
It stands as to this issue.
Just one meter more.
Good decision.
Yellow card.
I understand the
check
Spanish
complete.
players, they're frustrated, but
After the
laws
whistle,
of the
okay?
game are clear.
I think you were saying it's more the nature of the challenge. There was more of an argument actually for violent conduct as opposed to, or serious foul play as opposed to denying a goal-scoring opportunity. But Spain can turn the knife here by scoring. They can seek some retribution.
Don't let them, no lo dejen meter en la bola.
Now, the secret card.
Shoot out for Italy.
As I said, this is so exciting, so exciting.
I
And a
will
big
check
chance
the
then
red card.
for Italy.
We almost hear a bit of Mahmood mood music here, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Shootout on the way.
One of his many songs, Tuta Gold, can they...
Suspension for Italian player. Who will it be?
Bonucci.
Bonucci.
Oh, they're taking out
You have to go
Leo.
out.
Leo Bonucci has been excluded from the game. That is a pretty devastating secret card when you're able to... actually, it's often a question they ask in a press conference, isn't it? If you could take one player out of the opposition side, normally they're saying to play for you, but on this occasion it's actually, you know, because you have coaches saying, oh, I want them to be at their best. I don't want to wish injury upon anyone else. Well, Spain have wished this particular absence on Leo Bonucci, and it's double the length of the time that Italy will be deprived of Viviano. So they've gone from 3 ex-pros, Bonucci, Caputo and Viviano in alphabetical order, to just the one, Cheech. He's going to have to hold the fort. He's not played much either.
And he really has struggled. Now then, Can his fellow striker score? Michele Trombetta hasn't scored yet in this competition. This is his moment, Patrick. Here we go. Are we going to be playing the trumpet out loud?
I will if he scores. That'll be my celebration.
Here we go. Let's hope we can hear it.
It is Trombetta, and there's the save.
We only hear the gong.
Making those stops. Victor Vidal.
We only hear the gong. No trumpet at all.
That was a bum note.
Wait, after the whistle.
Certainly was from Michele Trombetta. Now Spain have their free kick from that foul, going back to Viviano's rugby challenge.
Of course, yeah. And I'm a big fan of the man stood over this as well, Nico Santos, but in the end they played it short, so a little bit disappointed. Aitor Vives, he can hit them. So too can this man wearing the armband. And that's the traditional armband, isn't it? That's just for the captain. That's not
Correct,
the green one, which is where you have the player who can score double goals. Guti, what a star he's been, and they're going to score from there. No, they're not. Got ahead of myself.
For once you've been proved wrong, Patrick. For once you have been proved wrong.
Maybe they're intimidated by Justin D'Ippolito, who is 13 years the junior of Viviano, so maybe a bit more sprightly, much more agile.
It's the Spanish keeper that's been the better to Victor Vidal, one of the last 3 nominees for the Corona de Oro this year. I don't know if you knew that, and you could also see that at the Globe Soccer Awards.
Spain just taking the sting out of the game now, quite rightly, because they still have that 3-goal lead. It was a massive lead, lest we forget it was 5-0 at least. Was it 6-0 or
6-1? Yeah.
I know it's 6-1 now, but 6-3 now. But did they at any stage have a 6-goal cushion, or did it go 5-1?
Always 5. Always 5.
5-0. There goes Spain again. Is someone going to take on the shot from distance? Guti, clever ball. But they can't pick the passes. Caputo needed to hit the target. It's wayward.
Tried to do a Shea Adams we saw for Torino a few weeks ago against Empoli.
Shea, former Southampton great.
Yeah, and a Scottish star, Scottish international. But let's focus on the Spanish team, full of stars, and shining here as Guti has a crack. I'm not going to get the chance to say goal, goal, goal. It's just not my day.
You're not. You're certainly hitting the high notes today.
Oh, absolutely.
Bit of a throwback.
Certainly is.
Yeah, make the most of them, get them out.
Get it all out, throw it all out, empty the sack.
Oh, steady. That's poor. Guti is there. Is that handball? Oh, was it a foul?
They're appealing.
Spain players in the bench up on their feet. But Italy is struggling. There's just a dearth in technical quality here as we approach the half-hour mark. But if the first 18 minutes, Thomas, went by in the blink of an eye, this has been a little bit of a more stable period in proceedings.
A lot edgier as well, far more tense. We've seen some poor challenges flying. We've seen the yellow cards. We've seen I think the secret cards are also sort of disrupted with the play in this instance, as Espinosa tries to go it all alone. Although wide of the mark. Another good opportunity, but it is very much one-way Roja traffic, one-way Spain traffic right now, Patrick.
It is indeed a senso unico, as the Italians might say, but they're on the receiving end of it, unfortunately. And that's why Italy are going route 1 from D'Ippolito, but Guti has been everywhere, scoring goals early on, winning the ball there. They need to be careful here, Italy, defensively, because Spain feel that they really can score again, and if it goes back to a 4-goal cushion, then all of a sudden they're struggling once more, Italy. If they can score the next goal is the most crucial. Who's going to get it? Could well be Spain, because it looks the more likely at the moment. And had he kept that down, we were talking about Spain 7, Italy 3.
Yeah, and a similar scoreline we saw in Brazil's game against Korea yesterday.
That was Aridai Cabrera.
And there still is time for Cabrera and company to get that 7th. We're going towards that 30-minute mark. Bonucci, though, is going to be back on the pitch very shortly, and Italy need him right now.
They do. He's bent over double on the far side of the pitch, waiting to come on, but so many loose touches from the Italians. Not being anywhere near as neat and tight as it needs to be. Bonucci is back on, and his colleague there, Andrea Tarasco, is more than willing to dash off and make way for the experienced former Italy man, a multiple champion with Juventus as well. Didn't win all 9 in a row because he was away with Milan for a season. For a season, I said there.
Yeah, very
channeling one of our former
iconic commentator
influences
on the international
in our
world
early
feed.
days.
Yeah, for Serie A across the years for almost a decade, dominating the airwaves. There's a yellow card shown towards the Spain technical staff right now. Patrick with a bit of tension, of course, because Spain know that this is a key moment. If they can just keep with the score like this, a 3-goal cushion, and go towards those final 2 minutes. Trombetta leaps up, and Patrick
will go down as an effort on target in our statistics that we'll get to see at the end of this game. But
I was just going to say, just quickly talking about the statistics, Italy just 4 goals in this competition, and 2 have come from the President penalties. That's disappointing.
Well, it's a damning indictment. It just shows that they haven't been up to it. You know, when you are clutching at straws and scraping the bottom of the barrel to really make sure that you get those goals via the President, it shows that the 7 players out there plus the reserves aren't doing enough. No foul there. Lovely drop of the shoulder. Can he score? Almost. But I tell you what, Domenico Rossi, I mentioned it before, the love child of Mimmo, Domenico Berardi and Paolo Rossi.
Paolo Rossi, I thought you were going to say Giuseppe Rossi, but Paolo, obviously the late Paolo, the late great Paolo Rossi, icon.
In comes the corner, free header, it's over the top. The whistle already gone, foul off the ball by Mickey Trombone.
And I know why you would have said, obviously, Paolo Rossi, because obviously he really shot to fame. You can say, put his name on the Ad España, 82, 82, Spain 82.
And he played for Juventus as well, where we'll be a week on Sunday. Allianz Stadium, baby. Thank you very much to Torino Metropoli and all of those institutional sponsors that you listed so eloquently a little earlier on.
And we have Mahmoud as well, don't forget. Singing away, singing his heart out for the lads. And will Italy be there? Doesn't look like it at this stage. Spain, meanwhile, showing their credentials to go all the way. Referee looks to give the advantage. That's a good one. I like that.
Spaniards away to our left. They wanted the whistle to go, presumably because they thought it would prompt another yellow card. And we can see there from the replay, it might have been in danger there of Trombetta off getting a caution. And those are so costly at this level. We've already seen it. 2 minutes suspension. What a ball that is for Guti. His first touch was heavy. Still found a shot. And in the end, the goalkeeper just about gathers it. But D'Ippolito, dare I say it, has looked more solid than his more illustrious colleague in the shape of Viviano. That's not a shot on target, that's just overhit. But Italy, again, they're lacking ideas out there. If they're having to launch the ball onto Trombetta, it means they're not making the most of the ability of Caputo, of Bonucci, et al.
There was a sort of reminiscent of Peter Schmeichel long throw there from D'Ippolito. And he may be caught into action here. Fortunately for him, he wasn't.
Should really have scored. I can't believe he's put that wide, Aridai Cabrera, because that was a huge opportunity. But Spain have played some lovely stuff. They are really in the mood tonight. The goalkeeper probably would have kept that out. He guessed the right way, but it's the ease with which Spain get into shooting positions. And Thomas, I know you and I started to talk about other things during that first game when we saw Argentina come out on top against Japan. We've had no opportunity to do so here, partly because we're a bit more familiar with these big names from Italian football of yesteryear, but also because it's just been end-to-end stuff where there hasn't been a goal or a President penalty. We've seen a sin bin, and here's Guti searching down this near side.
That was just proving your point. There's no time to talk about tapas or aperitivi, pasta, paella. No time at all as Trombetta now comes forward. Trombetta!
Tell you what, Trombetta absolutely hammered that. He hit it with a banjo. Here we go, Spain looking for another goal. Bonucci with the challenge. Guti forced wide, he's found the cross. No one on the end of it.
Spain look to keep it alive though, Patrick, on that far side.
Aridai Cabrera wearing 77, losing the ball. Trombetta trying to shepherd it behind. Who got the last touch? Goal kick.
Well, that gives us a chance to catch our breath as well, because we're also struggling at times, even though we're not playing.
Buckets.
Even though we're not playing. Caputo now, Patrick.
Ciccio Caputo, my boy, what can he do? He's prodded it into touch. He saw a phantom teammate.
Yeah.
The phantom of the Italy is not there.
Out the pitch side.
Inside Vismara. Oh. See what I did?
We'll leave the singing to Mahmoud.
Anthony Lloyd Webber.
We'll leave the singing to Mahmoud. for our supporters and for fans at home tuned in.
Google him.
But we do like to have a bit of we are a bit of crooners, aren't we? In our
Very
spare
much
time.
so.
Yeah,
Got a lovely baritone.
big Elton John man.
Got a baritone when you sing, when you commentate. It's a little bit higher octave.
Yeah.
Why not? Oh, what a chance!
And we were just singing his
I
praises.
got really excited about Ciccio Caputo, but he went to sleep.
We were singing the praise of Victor Vidal, very nearly allowing Italy to get a fourth.
Oh, that would have been a real momentum swinger. Instead, now Spain can go up the other end. Again, they're just toying with Italy at times. Ari by Cabrera. And again, now they're doing to Italy what Italians love to do themselves. Melina keeping the ball, taking the sting out of the game. They've got the advantage. They don't need to force things, Spain. Italy need to make something happen.
Yeah,
Who's
Spain
going to do it?
Passing around, just so nice. It really is pleasing on the eye. It is wonderful to see, and we saw a glimpse of this against Argentina. It's paying off though today.
Trombetta, he can play in Caputo. Caputo with the effort, it's over the top. He went for power as opposed to placement, and that's been the story of Italy's tournament. And it is dawning on Blur that it might be a disappointing debut tournament as host for the Italians.
Yeah, Blur's opposite numbers, the Spanish presidents and all those representing Spain behind the scenes, though. Very
I'm just wondering,
happy.
Thomas, in terms of profiling, whether Italy have gone for the wrong sort of player when you're getting those ex-pros. But here goes Spain, meantime. Ari by Cabrera, what a save! Bonucci is back there, but Di Polito again.
Well.
Wonderful work. Della Bella with a lovely ball. Here's Aribai again. He'll once more try and turn provider. Now he waits for a red shirt to join in.
I
Just
think
thinking,
he's
rather
made a
than
really good
Caputo,
point,
goal
though,
scorer,
yeah.
from better as well,
Really
the
good
target
point.
man. Could you not go for a more technical player, unless you're Cercis of this world?
Well, Cerci was linked with the Italy team, Patrick, as was Balotelli. I know Balotelli maybe not as technically, but he's got a great shot from distance, though, as well. And that's also key. There's a player down. Let's see what the referee decides here.
21, man. You okay?
He also spotted about Di Polito, who's had a really good impact since coming in.
I thought of
for
another
Viviano.
one as well from our era.
He's second.
Alino Diamanti.
Wow, yeah, Bologna great. We've got a yellow card.
Oh,
I
it's
think.
a red
Is it
card!
red?
And this is going to change everything, because what remains of this match will see Spain play with a player light. He can play no further part in this game. He's getting plenty of abuse now from the fans. It's Diego de la Mata who's been given his marching orders. That means Spain are down to 6 for 5 minutes, which is basically what remains here, because we'll probably have a couple of minutes of added time. We're a minute shy of the 38-minute mark when we will get those big
That's
tests.
going to be a
Is that
penalty from
penalty?
Fares. Fares has won a penalty, surely. The referee says no.
Wow.
It's all happening. I keep saying the same phrases, but it is
the
all
VAR
happening.
step in. Chelsea, meantime, Caputo playing left wing. Italy looking for a goal. It was the tricky nature there of Yassine Fares.
And he's won a corner, but it might be
Yassine
checked. It might
Fares
be checked,
asking for a
Patrick.
VAR review, and he could well be right. Was he caught there? We're just seeing the footage now.
No.
Corner stands.
Corner stands, we go.
But Italy need to score and
We
quick.
go on.
If they can get back to within 2, then if they score come the 38-minute mark, it's 6 each.
6-6, exactly. It's the beauty of the
In
Kings
comes
League.
the corner from Rossi. Trombetta needed to try and pick out the looping header towards the far corner. Instead, it was
Looked
too
like they
close to
might just
Victor
weather the storm here.
Vidal.
Might just weather the storm in 6 men, Spain. And De La Mata also put him out of the next match as well, should obviously Spain progress.
It does look like they will be progressing. Route 1 from Italy. Yassine Fares did well. He's won a throw-in. That's good stuff from him.
The clock has
Keeping
gone.
it alive.
Now we are into those final 2 minutes. As you said, Patrick, goals worth double. So Italy still need to score twice. Yeah. Wasn't great with my maths, but that is something I can handle.
We saw there the banner, homemade, l'Italia chiamò, Italy called. Who's going to answer that call? It is a reference to Il canto degli italiani, the Italy national anthem.
Dopo che l'abbiamo buttato, scarichiamo su questo nostro.
And we are back then. couldn't have set up a more thrilling and tense finale, could you?
It all comes down to this. 2 minutes plus added time. Italy trail by 3. Spain with 1 goal will surely make sure of their passage into the next round, which is the last chance saloon.
These two teams, it would be a last chance saloon because they lost their first match. You can now vote for your MVP, but let's get back to the pitch, Patrick.
Chelsea's cross after Yacine Fares played him in on the overlap. Trombetta calling for the long throw, he wants to win the flick on. Instead he gets there, and there's a goal! What a start! It's Domenico Rossi again! And Italy all of a sudden on back to within 1!
It's the amazing thing about the Kings League, Patrick. It's what you were saying. Italy appeared down and out, but there's always hope. There's always an opportunity in Kings League. As Rocky would say, ain't over till it's over.
Another film reference, I like that. Domenico Rossi, what a beauty.
And our Spanish colleagues to our right do not look happy. They're giving us a few daggers of evil.
Are you not entertained?
Check that out, another lovely reference there. The Italian fans are bouncing up and down with joy.
But hang on, it could all change here with a Spain goal, and they might get a goal. In the end, the shot just squirms wide, and all of a sudden we have a preposterous scenario whereby if Italy score the next goal, they win 7-6, when they were trailing 6-3 just a minute ago.
But Spain have possession, and they may get that goal, and that would put them surely, Patrick, over the line. But they have to put it in the back of the net.
Surely you have to go and try and score that goal. They can't try and sit on this 1-goal cushion now.
Because they're a man down.
They are indeed. That red card becoming crucial because Italy had an overload at the back stick there. Caputo holding it up, finding Bonucci. It's up towards Trombetta. Suddenly, Spain have forgotten how to defend. Caputo with the ability to bring it down. Caputo for Trombetta. It's back towards Chicho. And here goes Spain as we move towards added time. Guti, the angle's against him, he holds it in the corner, no he doesn't, he loses the ball. How much added time, Thomas Lawrence?
I think 3, I think 4! But that does mean that Spain will have a player who can come back on. It won't be De La Matra, of course, but they've got to hang in then for a couple of minutes.
A couple of minutes still left to elapse of that. And here's Fares, Yacine Fares losing out. And the free kick is given the way of Spain, despite the fact the official who was much closer to the challenge was unmoved. Big call that, big call, it was the assistant.
A big call, and who knows what our audience thinks right now about that call. Over 1 million people, Patrick, are tuning in for Spain. It's a huge shout out. I hope you're enjoying the show this string for the night, so thank you very much.
We are enjoying it. It's almost impossible not to be entertained. Kings League is delivering, and that's why these rules of the game that the fans helped create and voted for have made it so exciting. You think Italy are out of it, they're not out of it, they're right in it, and if they score, they're going to basically win this on the buzzer. Bonucci.
And the roof will come down here at Vismara.
Here's Trombetta, still Trombetta! Was he caught? No, it's a fair challenge. He didn't even appeal to his credit. He could have easily taken a tumble.
No, it wasn't a foul. We could clearly see the referee, well, but even Trombetta not really complaining.
Victor Vidal, well in there. Guess who? Domenico Rossi is just overhit though for Fares. And Italy are now short of time. Spain have got just under 30 seconds before they'll be back to 7v7, and then they might be able to just keep the ball, but that requires strong nerves of steel. Do they have them? Italy have the ball.
They've got the nous, they've got the experience. It's have momentum and believe, and the home support, which is why I always tip them, and you can't write them off.
And they have possession with Chelsea. This is Caputo, who gets the shot away. Was he caught late? He wants a free kick. The referee has not responded, and Italy are short-handed. Spain are surely going to score. They will win it here in controversial circumstances. Not that they necessarily care. That will be that, I'm sure, thanks to Javi Espinosa.
And it is Vamos España! It is not Forza Azzurri, it is Vamos España. Our Spanish colleagues to our right celebrating. It is Spain who will be marching on and give them their
unless there is a VAR review. Italy feel that Caputo was caught late as he got the shot away. Italy won the free kick. They were still appealing for a foul. That left them short-handed defensively, allowed Spain to score.
So we have to give it. If no foul, play. He's checking, okay?
He's outside the
Olha, olha. Poter. It's in the beginning of the play. But go away. Check complete.
Check complete.
Check complete.
Well, there you go, Patrick. The goal stands.
The goal stands, and with that, the host nation are surely staying home, but going no further in this inaugural Kings World Cup Nations. We knew this match would deliver. It has exceeded our expectations. Bonucci for Chelsea. Italy need to score twice probably in the next 70 seconds or so. Spain 8, Italy 5. Is that a foul? It is. And Guti smiles in acknowledging that Spain have basically done enough now, and he's been one of the standout performers.
Yeah, but Italy still need to score twice. They've only got less than a minute now. Spain have their 7v7 again. They've got now a 3-goal cushion. They've got that goal, and they do deserve it. They deserve it, Patrick.
Caputo holding it up here in the corner. Caputo has found a cross. The goalkeeper watches it wide, and the home crowd is very quiet now. It's dawning on them that it's coming to an end. And Blur in particular, who took his penalty very well. Had he not scored that, Italy wouldn't have even been in the equation, but there's a chance for Spain to get yet another goal here. But there's Domenico Rossi. I'd like to see him again in the future, hopefully in the Kings League Italy, as and when that is created. Won well by Chelsea, but Italy, despite a valiant attempt at a comeback, they are going to come up short-handed.
No, you're quite right, Patrick. A valiant effort, but Spain on course to march on then to that last chance. A goal-laden clash, a record for this Kings World Cup nation. 13 goals in one game.
There goes the final whistle. Italy were brave, but Spain just had too much quality in the end. And Spain is synonymous with Kings League. The national team have proven that here in the first ever World Cup of Nations. And Spain, who led from start to finish in this game, they had a scare late on, but in the end, that all-important goal from Espinosa gave them a 3-goal winning margin. And in the end, Italy just weren't quite up to the same level. Our congratulations to Spain, enhorabuena. And as for Italy, it's commiserations. They're staying here, but they're going no further in the competition.
Patrick, vamos España, as they progress and the host tumble out. 2 defeats from 2. Italy on home soil, no luck really. You think of Italia 9-2 when they lost in the semi-final stage here, not even getting beyond the first 2 match days. There's your final score. Spain 8, Italy 5, a whopping 13 goals, a record in this inaugural Kings World Cup nation. You tip your hat to Spain. They really bounced back. They roared back, La Roja roaring back then after they lost to Argentina in their first match.
Indeed, and great to see a stand-up performance there from Domenico Rossi, but it wasn't enough. Guti et al., they will enjoy their night, and they'll go again in that last chance saloon because they've earned the opportunity to take part in a match against one of the other teams that has won 1 and lost 1 for a place in the quarterfinals.
Correct, yeah, they'll be taking on Colombia or Turkey, the loser of that match. But let's enjoy and savour these moments. Spain certainly will be savouring these moments, lapping up these moments. You could see just their experience, Patrick, just giving them the edge. Plenty of players playing in the Kings League España, and they go on, they progress. They'll be in the last chance alongside Japan, but not, of course, taking on Japan. Italy, and the first team going out. We have our first team going out, Patrick.
Indeed, we knew that was going to be the case today on day 3 after the culmination of the round 1 yesterday. Round 2 also coming to a close here, and we're about to see the best of the action from Spain's win over Italy.